It's a complete and utter waste of time. You want me to go someplace and drink for several hours?
Yes.
Dumb conversations.
Yes.
Loud ass music to where I can't talk.
Yes.
And then I gotta get up in the morning. Now I'm hungover. I woke up at 12 o'clock.
Correct.
My sleeping cycle's all off.
Hey, Rip, we're on live, baby. This is 2 shows in a row we've done today where you're on your phone and kick off live and kick off the episode 40 we just did.
And what's your point?
Look, live Q&A cut off.
Live Q&A. Well,
man, who does the graphics here?
You do.
Who puts this stuff together, man?
You do.
We have 0 viewers on right now, Rip.
Well, you made the big deal about talking. Hey, we're going to have Friday at noon. And we're going to have the live question and answer on it, except this week.
Well, it is a holiday weekend, Rip.
Well,
I mean,
who
it
cares?
is. Well, I mean, people do. Some people do. I do. I just don't understand why you can never open these. Look, there's a line right here. And you just
Hey, I got it.
wait, maybe it's right here. Right there it is. Like I can't see either.
Everything on me is all messed up.
Hey, Michael Costello in green, baby. He's in green. He is a member. Michael Costello, thank you for being a member, baby. Thanks for being on here. Any questions you have, since you are a member, we'll answer. I mean, there's not a lot of people on here right now, but hopefully we get some more join. This was a spur of the moment thing. Rip said, you know what? Let's go live today, Vaughn. And I said, anything for you, Rip. Isn't that kind of how it went?
Yeah.
All I know, Rip, is we have 8 people on here. That's more than we usually get
Yeah.
on. Look at this. We got a new person. Daniel Gillian in the house. I enjoy the show. Am a trucker, makes the miles melt away. How about that, Rip?
Especially
That's
if you
pretty
got
cool.
Especially if you got a hot girl in the truck. She's got a soft hand and a bottle of lotion.
I don't think he mentioned that anywhere. Thanks for joining us today, Daniel. Hey, if you guys got any questions, go ahead and shoot them up in here in the chat. That's basically all we're going to do today. We just recorded episode 40. Rip, and I think episode 40 might have been one of the best episodes we've ever done.
It was the best episode we did today.
Yeah, so this will be the second best. Now, we got to keep you talking into the mic.
I'll try because I got to eat this big.
I mean, you're
weapon.
not – you did decent, I guess. Last one, we'll find out. Episode 39, couldn't hear anything you said. If you said 100 words, you could hear maybe 3 of them. So we're going to – trying to improve on that.
But you heard
just
it when
a little
I was
bit.
farting, though, didn't you?
I'll tell you what, Rip, we got 12 people on here right now.
Oh,
We're
my
blowing up.
gosh.
That's
You
more
need to tell them.
Wednesday every day, like way before.
Yeah.
Don
be
Burton in the house, baby. Hello,
We'll
Don.
be here every Friday now.
every
Every
Friday.
Friday or whatever.
Yeah,
it
we'll just
was.
put it on Wednesday instead.
Did you remind me that I had to pee or what?
No, I did. Yeah, I did. You can't go now. What's up, Don Burton? He's here. Mr. Krogan. I saw the Cafe Day Renee with you. Awesome. Cafe Day Renee. Rip was on that show. It's fantastic. George Johnson in the house. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, George. Michael Costello. LOL for being a legendary promo. Rip does not like talking to the mic. Yeah, I said the exact same thing to him on episode 40.
Who said that?
Michael Costello said, for you being a legendary promo, like in the history of wrestling, just what I was talking to you about before we started recording our last episode. I said all that you used to put or say out there on your promos, as animated you were, as loud as you were, all that stuff I just put on YouTube. And then I get on here and you're like,
Well, you don't. The muffins laid out for me. Did I get coffee today? No.
Listen, there's sickness going around live the studios. This was not even really on the schedule.
I'm sick of you.
Doing the best we can. You got your muffins, you got a Coke. So take the coffee, shove it up your ass, Rip.
Ooh,
How's that?
I usually pay extra for that.
What was the F word you weren't allowed to say in the stream? It wasn't an F word. He said the F word plenty of times.
Turbo Floyd's on here. He's probably supposed to be at work doing something. He's just screwing off, and he's here on it listening to the show.
Turbo Floyd from the legendary Outrunners. Now, when he says greatest ever, you think he's referring to himself?
He could be.
I bet he is.
No, I think he's talking about his fiance, Red.
Ooh, I bet he's talking about Shiloh. What's his name? Turbo and God, I never can remember.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Shiloh's name. What's
no, it's
Shiloh's
out
name?
and runners.
It's out. Yeah,
Randy's out.
I bet he's
Shiloh is runners.
He's talking about runners then. Turbo and Turbo. What's the? Hey, the other thing, hey, Turbo and Floyd, if you're on there still listening,
Right there, he says it's all you.
that guy that you had film our match at the Brooklyn Pizza, nobody else. I gave him an email. He's supposed to. Oh, Truth Magnum, there it is. He's supposed to be sending me that match. That was like many, many months ago. Where's that match? I'm supposed to get it. I gave him an email address. He's supposed to send it to me. I got nothing. Oh, God, would you quit farting? Thanks, Rip, for all you've done for the business. I've been a fan for 40 years, man. You must be old, Rip.
I am.
And your feud with Adrian Street was classic. Can you share your thoughts on Adrian and Linda? We've heard you talk about Adrian you love Adrian Street working with him.
Well,
About Linda, man. I've never heard you talk about Linda much.
Well, that's Adrian's woman. They've been married for I don't know how many years and years. They went back to the UK again after being here for about 40 years. Then they had that place down in Gulf Breeze or Pensacola. I think it was Gulf Breeze. And then Adrian was training people. He was so far ahead of his time when years and years ago, when he was wrestling in England, he was had the flamboyant gimmick. In England, they just had Marty Jones. They had wrestling.
Yeah.
And then Adrian come out complete freak, right? And it just changed the game.
Now, was he always like that? Like, was that his original thing, or was he different before that?
He started out when he was a teenager. He was Kid Tarzan Jonathan.
Oh, okay. See, I had never heard this before.
And he trained in Wigan at the Big Shoot Club there.
Got to speak up, Rip.
I can't talk any louder, and my mouth's actually touching like
Okay,
this,
well,
and my tongue's licking on the microphone. Yeah,
good. It's about time,
That's
man.
what I was doing last night. And the young man, didn't bother him. But anyway, it was. What are you looking at now? What's Randall Floyd saying?
I'm watching us. Well, I think he's sending me my match at Brooklyn Pizza. He was sending it to me.
Oh,
there we are on Facebook.
Now do I got to hear that thing?
Look at that.
You chop, and then I got to hear Chili's girlfriend go.
Yeah, the cackle, baby.
And Randall Floyd go. Oh.
Are you saying you want me to play that? Real
No,
quick?
I don't want to hear that.
I
I,
mean,
don't
if
want to
you
see
wa-
that.
hey,
I'm sick of it.
If you
No,
hey, if you want it,
times
Rip,
no.
if you want it, man, all you got to do.
Chili's girlfriend, and she's cackling on
You know what the king thought of that?
The king.
Or Mike's muted when we put that stuff on there. By the way,
Well, you got
just
all the-
those,
you got all-
not
you
from
got
one,
all-
but
you
the
got all
other
the rules of social media.
rules of social media. So it said, what was the F word Renee didn't want you saying on the live cafe? Probably fuck would be my guess. What other F word is there?
I
that
don't
you
know.
can't say?
Oh, probably it rhymes with hag.
Oh yeah, that.
Tag.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Rag.
Okay, got it.
Lag.
I got it. Oh, Jeffrey
snag.
Fleming, thanks, man. Says he can hear Rip just fine. Cool. Oh, Turbo, did you like that? Did you like that little
Oh
clip?
yeah, he said, "Ouch."
Turbo
With your weak ass chop.
like the clip there. I wish that guy in the video knew how to sell though. It would have been a lot better if the guy in the video that I was chopping
Well, you
knew.
couldn't sell your weak
knew-
shit.
knew how to
His
sell at
pecs
all.
were so big, the pectoralis major and minors.
I wonder who trained him. I wonder.
Oh, that voice. I can't take it.
Man, I
You
hope
got to
Jeff-
ban her from matches. I can't take that laughing. That's what 'cause I remember with the first time I was with a woman. She pulled my pants down. She looked at my organ and she started laughing like that. Now I have flashbacks because it was so small.
So that didn't stop you from going to the next woman though, did it?
Well, yeah, I guess it didn't. You
No.
know.
Hey, we got 15 people on here, Rip. That might be a record.
We are on
We've
fire.
never. Hey, does anybody have a question? We've had one question so far. This is a Q&A. I mean, it's a Q&A.
Even though it was supposed to be every Friday.
Almost every Friday. Hey, listen, if you are on here and you have not went and subscribed to Lila Studios on Wrestling with Rip Rogers, or not, it's not even right. I don't even know our own channel. It's just Wrestling with Rip Rogers. Go there now and subscribe. Watch some of our stuff. We don't even care if you watch it, do we, Rip? Just play it in the background. Let the stuff play. Let the ads play. All that good
Just
stuff.
subscribe.
Just subscribe. Well, they got to
And
watch
get my
too.
magazine.
Go.
My
It's not a book. It's not a magazine. It is a book. So, Rip, this would be a great Christmas gift. The book on pro wrestling, Lessons from Rip Rogers.
It's got two purposes. A, you can get wrestling knowledge by reading it. And B, if you're reading it on the shitter and you run out of toilet paper, you just tear a page out and wipe your ass with it.
That's my favorite picture, probably.
Well, that's when I was over in Germany and I was using Klaus Car. We swapped robes that night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he used mine and I used his.
Who? Klaus who?
Klaus Karoff.
Klaus?
He was a German
Karoff.
guy.
Huh.
German or Austrian, whatever.
One of
Spoke
those
German,
two.
put it that way.
God, look at you there, Rip. You and Pez Watley. Rip is ripped at that time. Look at him, man. You're looking good back then.
Oh, and I got a picture with Buddy Rogers, the greatest pro ever.
Buddy
And you know what? You
Rogers.
don't even mention that.
I was gonna do that next.
No, you would close it and you was
I
going
was gonna burn it all on the one time, man. I was coming back to it.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna end with it. Oh, there's some of you and Savage. Look at these pictures of you and Savage on there. If you don't have this book, the book on pro wrestling, Lessons from Rip Rogers, go get it right now. Amazon.com. Have it delivered. Give it away for Christmas. Stocking stuffer, white elephant. What are those other ones? Gag gifts, anything, right, Rip? You don't care, do you?
I don't care what they do once they got the money. They might give themselves a wank and make the pages sticky. I don't know.
Also, ProWrestlingTees.com. Rip's got some good shit on there too. Let's check out the chat. Good evening, gentlemen. Evening. Where you living at? It's 2:00 here. Oh, from Portugal. Shit. What is Rip's opinion of Shelton Benjamin's career and the way the WWE treated Shelton over the years?
Okay, first of all, pro wrestling's not real. They can make a star out of anybody.
Okay.
Just like if you ran the drugstore and I didn't have a job, so you hired me as assistant manager, but I didn't know anything about the drugstore because you're the owner and you're the boss. If you're the owner and you're the boss of any business, any sports thing or whatever, you can push whoever you want to. Okay, Shelton was a great amateur. He was graduate assistant. He'd wrestle Brock every day when Brock was there at Minnesota. And actually, Shelton was the heavyweight 2 years before Brock. The last 2 years, Shelton was the heavyweight. So is he a great worker? Yes. Is he a great wrestler? Yes. Is he a great athlete? Yes. Is he a great person? Yes. And for the last 20-some years, he's always had a job. What else do you want?
Well, he got fired for a little while. He was out of there for a while, but
Well,
for the most part.
yeah, but you can't. Everybody, unless you're married to the boss's daughter, can stay there forever.
So I think the way you're reading this question is he's saying that Shelton hadn't had a good career or something. He just
Hadn't had a good career. He's been with WWE.
He's just asking what your opinion of his career is and the way that
He's had a job, worked all over the world.
So you think
he's obviously a success.
Yeah.
If not, you wouldn't have none of it.
So you think a good career?
A great career.
Okay.
That's like saying, oh, he played in the Major League Baseball for 20 years, but sometimes he didn't start. Sometimes he just hit against right-handers. Oh, he was second string this. Oh, he was a utility player. And some bitch played in the Major League Baseball 20 years. How many guys do that?
So I think Rip's answer to the question is he thinks Shelton had a good career. I did too,
He had
man.
a great fucking career. God damn.
Okay, great career. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a question, Rip. You don't
Okay.
get.
I'm not upset.
upset.
Get real.
Okay.
Get real, you fucking Mark.
Okay, I'm not upset. Oh, look who's on, man. Look who's on here.
See that far.
Manuel.
Wishing all my fans a happy Thanksgiving.
goodness.
Both of them.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Hey, what
Thanksgiving.
happened to the big Weasel cast?
Yeah, and where's that Weasel podcast at? He's still remember he was working on intro music. last
Hey,
time.
gotta remember
He
he
was-
lost
he
his
was-
billfold.
That put the big pause on it.
He lost his
he was-
billfold.
He was trying to find
The
his wallet.
Weasel lost his wallet.
I'll tell you what. Now that he's found the billfold, I'm sure that
He
Weasel
ought to buy us.
podcast,
He ought to buy us lunch.
that Weasel podcast will be up and running and on fire anytime now. I'm sure of it. And look, happy Thanksgiving is what he said.
He'll have 22 subscribers and 21 will be
His family from that.
no, they will be
that family
they will-
picture he posted on Facebook.
They will be ladies of the evening.
All my fans. Dennis Ramsey in the house. Rip, hi, buddy. James Best. We got some new people here. It looks like. Hey, Rip, do you think the ICW could have been a contender in the wrestling war?
What wrestling war?
They had an awesome lineup. I don't know.
Hell, for us to have employment was a wrestling war. We were fighting against everybody.
I guess if you had a rival back then, I guess it was probably Memphis, right?
Yeah, but we also ran against Barnett. We ran against Fuller. We ran against Bob Geigel in Illinois. So we was against Jerry Jarrett. We was against all those different promoters.
Yeah.
And we was running towns that the old Sheik used to run too. Then he worked for us.
So yeah, contender, I would say. Yeah. We got a new person here too. It looks like Tan Mart Selby. It looks like hardest bump you ever took, Rip.
Who knows? They all seem that way. Sometimes you'll take a simple bump,
yeah,
and then you can't hardly move. It just hits something right. And sometimes you could jump a long way, and you're scared to do it. And you do it, and I didn't even feel that.
But do you remember one that kind of got you? No,
Mm-mm.
I just remember the first body slam I ever took. I was like, oh, I just didn't hit right or whatever, and whiplash. I was like, man, that.
I remember I did a knee drop off the top. I pulled my knee pad down and did a thing, and the guy moved, and I hit my knee in the mat.
Yeah.
And I had like a golf ball in my knee for a long time, and you could just take it and move it around. Oh, I said, well, I learned right away. I'll never do that again.
The Dark Knight Returns. Dennis Ramsey says Hulk Hogan good. Yep. Rip, did you witness when Cornette threatened to shoot Brock Lesnar?
No.
No, I heard the story, but it was Cornette's story. I don't know if I've ever heard Brock tell it.
I don't think Brock would even say anything about why.
Killer Krupp, the German Claw.
Killer Carl Krupp. George Momberg is his real name.
Oh,
George Momberg. Killer Carl Krupp. I remember in Puerto Rico, I said, Krupp, you better watch the audience. They're throwing all kinds of shit. He goes, I said, you better get your shit, because he wanted to walk around and goose step and Heil Hitler and everything, you know. And I said, he goes, Krupp runs from no man. And all of a sudden, some asshole threw a battery, hit him in the goddamn head, and motherfuckers running to the ring. Krupp runs from no man.
Until now.
Yeah.
T Weasel, billfold was found. Yeah, we already said that, Weasel. Man, we were worried about it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to sleep.
I did lose sleep.
Well, yeah, that wasn't over the Weasel though.
Turbo Floyd has a request, Rip.
What's he say? Shut up.
He's got a request. Yeah, that was
Listen to Chili's girlfriend.
Yeah, did you like that? Did you like it better that time?
I'm sick of it. God, you make me. I have to see him because he's flexing his pecs.
It says he loves it. Rip loves that video. Jeffrey Fleming in the house. Another new name, I think. It looks like we got a lot of new names on Wednesday, Rip.
Well, this was a surprise thing.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the big cat? Oh, I thought he meant the big cat, but he means the other big cat, Ernie Ladd, not the.
Let me tell you something, Rogers. Who's the best heel you ever seen in the business? You, Ernie. That's right. Rogers knows. Who was the best baby faces ever in the business? You, Ernie. You see, that's why I drive that boy around. I take him to my mansion in Houston, Texas, 6'9" in Texas Hall, because he knows what the hell's going on. The big cat, Ernie Ladd.
That is awesome.
6'9", pro football player, great. And his big the gimmick thumb. He had the old football injury he had, and the referee would check it. Don't touch it. You're going to be hurting me now.
Did he tape it up?
Oh yeah, that
he
taped
thumb.
It,
didn't he? That's
that
right.
Tape thumb.
I forgot about that. Says, what are your thoughts on Big Cat Ernie Ladd? Do you like him? I mean, you do a great impersonation of him, but
Ernie was awesome.
Yeah,
I'd ride with him as much as possible.
Jeffrey Fleming said, I used to help set up the ring as a kid.
Where at?
Where at, Jeffrey Fleming? Where did you set rings up at? Dennis Ramsey. Like Dennis Ramsey. Folk art on YouTube, Rip. Go like Dennis Ramsey's page there, Rip. Channel. It looks like folk art. Go like that one. Rip doesn't even like our own channel, Dennis.
No, I don't like
Dennis
channels.
doesn't subscribe to our own channel. So
Mitch Seinfeld saying, hi, Rip. Memories of Bobby Jaggers. Wow. Bobby Jaggers was one of the greatest storytellers in the history of the pro wrestling business. And anything that come out of his mouth, you knew was a 1,000% lie. So you couldn't wait for the next story. Of course, he used to be partners with Dutch Mantel, and that's probably where Dutch got the stretch his truthinisms and stuff like that.
Oh, is that right?
I remember Bobby would say, Bobby, you got zits all over your ass. Oh, no, that's shrapnel stars from when I was a soldier in Vietnam. All right.
Sounds like Mike Lee.
And then and I said, Bobby, where's your new Trans Am? You was talking about that. Oh, I got that I keep that in South Africa. Just happens to keep it there. I said, okay.
Now, was that his wrestling name? I don't know that name. Where was he at?
Bobby
most?
Jaggers.
That-
He was God, I met him in Kansas City with Geigel, but he was in Portland. He was he'd been everywhere. He was a good worker. He was just rotund, and he was you knew he would keep the dressing room laughing. You knew everything that come out of his mouth was a motherfucking lie.
Yeah.
So it was just great. You just feed him more and feed him more and feed him more.
That's awesome. Hey, if you guys are on here right now, go to our channel and subscribe. Number one. Number two, join. Do the $1.99 to make sure when this gets too full that your questions are getting answered. And you can also join live chats when we have top stars, all the top stars, world famous wrestlers will be on here as well. Go subscribe. Also join. $1.99. You can afford it.
And Bobby Jaggers was talking about his ranch in Dunlop, Kansas. Said he had 1,000 head of cattle.
Oh, is that right?
So
Did you ever see him?
No, I didn't see it, but somebody else said he was going to go by there and make a trip. And they said they saw one horse, but it was sort of like swayback or a crippled horse or something like that. So,
That's awesome. Hey, great question, Mitch. Great question. We got WP&P. Must be another new person. I caught this late. Did you ask a question about Rip feuding with Ox Baker in Central States? Yeah, when did we go over that? Last week?
Was that last week? Foxy Oxy.
We did talk about it last week. I think it was on last week's live, so maybe it was on Q&A number 3 or episode 39. Hey, just watch both of them and you'll see it. But we did talk about Ox Baker. Any other Ox Baker stories, Rip, that you haven't covered?
A lot
of
times when we go up to Cleveland, Ohio, wrestling for Ole, Ox had a daughter in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess she was one. Ox had the rat on the side, impregnated her, and he had the daughter. So I called her Oxette. So a lot of times we'd stay over at her house and we'd sleep there, so we'd have to get a motel room.
Was she hot?
Can you see Ox with a wig on and a broad panty?
So she had a mustache. Huh? Thumbs up or Rip. All right, Dennis. I don't know what that. Rip probably won't subscribe to your channel because he doesn't subscribe to ours. Scariest town venue you ever ran? Like ran personally or just worked at? South Africa?
Scariest town venue you ever ran? Well, I didn't promote in South Africa. I didn't promote.
Well, I don't know if he really means run. Maybe he does. I don't know.
I don't know what it means.
Did you ever run a scary town, Rip?
No.
Did you ever work in a scary town?
Well, a lot of the
Crothersville?
no, Crudville.
Medora?
No, South Africa was the record because I was in Durban 3 times and we had 3 riots. And the militia come out and they had the guns and threatening to kill me and shoot me. I got slashed with a knife there. It was pretty interesting.
Sounds
in
like
Durban, South Africa. They had all the foreigners there, and I was wrestling Tiger Jeet Singh, and he was of Indian descent, so we had a good thing going. So he'd sell, and they'd start throwing chairs in the ring at me if he rolled out. So I'd keep him in the ring, and then they'd do diversionary tactics and throw batteries at you and rocks at you. So that was just another night, another night in the wrestling business.
Seems a little scary. Jeffrey Fleming, I worked the Richmond Coliseum as a kid. That's where he set up the ring for Ernie Ladd.
Okay.
Help me with the ring. I was around a lot of the Mid-Atlantic guys in the Richmond Coliseum.
Okay. I worked in Richmond years ago when I was with Ole, because a lot of the guys, we was on the cable. This is before Crockett was on the cable. And so we would go in there as like the cable TV stars. We go into Baltimore a lot, go into Pittsburgh. A lot of Crockett shows, a lot of Crockett's towns.
Did you ever cross paths with Dr. Bill Miller or any stories about him? I don't know him. Who's that?
Dr. Bill Miller was a big shooter. He was a veterinarian. and he was Danny Miller was his brother. Danny was a great pro, and Dr. Big Bill Miller. Hell, he's about 6'6", 300 and some pounds. I think he was a wrestler out of Ohio State, and he was a guy that everybody was jealous of Buddy Rogers, and then they tried to get him one night in the dressing room, and I can't remember if he broke his Buddy's tried to break his arm or whatever, but Dr. Big Bill Miller, as they called him, he was a tough guy, and he was a veterinarian, and he wrestled part-time for years when he had his vet clinic.
All right, I got to call a timeout here, Rip.
Mm-hmm.
You just said they tried to break.
Yeah, they was.
But you didn't really mention him in the story. I thought he was going to come make the save.
No,
or
he
something.
he was the one that was going to do it.
Oh, he was.
And Buddy got away. Yeah.
Wow. So.
Yeah. Everybody was jealous of Buddy Rogers because he was the star, and if he wanted you in, he could get you a job, and if he wanted you out, he could get you fired.
Wow.
He had a lot of pull in the United States, because he would take his same core group of guys, and let's say he would go into Tampa territory and work for 6 months. Then in a year, he'd have that place on fire, and then he would just leave, and then the place would be dead again.
Oh, really?
But then he'd do the exact same thing with the exact same guys, because there wasn't cable TV. He knew how to make money.
So did you personally know Dr. Bill Miller, or you just knew stories of him?
No, I was in the dressing room a few times for
Were you?
Bruiser, but that was it. I was scared to death of him. He was just being in character.
Yeah. Dennis Ramsey in Kentville. Visit me, Rip. See my folk art paintings. Let's do a video for YouTube. All right, Dennis, send us a message, delilastudios@gmail.com. Be a little more specific what you're talking about here, and we'll see if we can do a folk art video painting montage with Rip.
Outside of Berwick.
Oh, so, yeah. Mitch, Bobby was a good friend of mine. Thank you for putting a smile on my face.
Oh, Bobby was the greatest storyteller. You knew everything coming. He would almost start laughing himself. He knew it was going to be so funny.
It's like the king.
Yeah,
The king would start saying stuff, and we would just start looking at him like, and then he would start cracking. He'd start laughing. We knew we had the king then.
Yeah.
As he would tell a lie in the middle of his story. I ever tell you when the king said he saw John Mellencamp at the gas station?
No.
In Seymour? It was like over a holiday, Thanksgiving or something.
Oh, might have been.
The king said, but it wasn't.
But what?
It was like it was his sister.
Oh.
So the king said,
But Mellencamp sounded better.
He said, I just saw John Mellencamp at the gas station.
She's like Dutch telling
We said, no, you did not. Yeah. So we just kept on him and on him and on him about and then he goes, okay, it was his sister. He broke.
But he looked like she looked like him, though. You know, I could tell.
Michael Costello says, Stretch the Truthisms by Dutch Mantel. That needs to be a segment on his podcast.
Well,
yeah.
He could always say, I heard,
yeah.
Somebody told me. Well, don't say like you were there and you saw it happen.
Mitch Seinfeld said, Ox Baker worked for me in 1986 to 1989. Had a lot of fun with him. Where was that at?
I don't know, but I was with Oxy in Kansas City.
Yeah.
In 87. Oxy.
Jeffrey Fleming said that's when you got the hotel made, isn't it? South Africa?
Yeah.
When they were going to stone her or whatever?
That was Tia. Yeah. She had the shirt on. She had a ripped shirt. I think some guy was trying to get her, whatever. What's that? Brother Rip, have you wrestled Cutter? Huh?
Cutter Butcher? Do you know Cutter Butcher?
Are you talking about Roger Therio?
I don't know.
That's Butcher Vachon. Is that who you're talking about?
I don't know. It says Cutter Butcher. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's Butcher Vachon.
That's
the guy who tried to send me that money over the thing. Remember I told you that?
Yeah. He wants to know if the Stomper is tough or weak.
Who's the Stomper?
Stomping
Paul Peller?
The Mongolian Stomper?
Oh, Mongolian Stomper, Archie Goldie. I don't know. Does it say Mongolian? See, I can't see.
It just says Stomper.
Well, there's Dennis Ramsey. Well, he's probably talking about Stomping
Canadian.
Paul Peller. Yeah, that's Stomping Paul Peller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he drove had the taxi service. His name was Paul Pellerin.
Was he tough?
Well, in the wrestling ring he is, but as a cab guy in Moncton, I don't know.
Toughest cab guy you ever.
He had the kayfabe family.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he had another family. I think it was Halifax or whatever. Me and Renee had talked about that. Just shake our head. Well, Renee said one time some girl knocked on the door and said, "Hey, you're Renee Dupre. You're my dad." And his dad goes, "What?" He goes, "Oh yeah, this was this girl. Blah blah blah. How many years ago? That was my mother. I just wanted to meet you and see. I don't want nothing." All
Oh,
right,
said
fine.
Renee was his brother then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Renee was
Wow.
his brother, but Emil answered the door, right?
Oh,
Hi, you're
okay,
my
gotcha.
dad. He said, "What?" And he said, "Well," he started counting. Yeah, I guess so. What the hell? If you don't want nothing, yeah.
Wow.
Memories.
Memories.
Only on our show. All the
Only-
dirt comes out.
Oh yeah, we
All
are.
the
I mean,
dirt.
all we do is show for clickbait, Rip. That's what we do here.
Click and bait. That's like master and bait. you
Master. Dennis Ramsey wants to know about the Black Butcher and the White Stomper.
know. The black butcher and the white
I don't know. Beard little guy, it says. Beard little guy.
stomper beard little guy. I don't know that language.
It's Ox says worked on shows I promoted in New York and New Jersey. Then in 1990, he sold stovetop grill pans for me at flea markets. Talking about Ox again.
Foxy Oxy.
Yeah, in New York. It became pitchman. I became pitchman in 89.
God, I remember I'd take Oxy on trips in the big orange van. He's always playing cards. They'd be playing poker in the back had the table out and four guys, and I'm driving every mile in the van. They're just sitting back relaxing.
So why'd you drive?
Well, I remember this one particular trip. We was going on tour for a week, and Ox and Ole left off Italian Stallion, Ox, and two other guys. I can't remember who it was right now. And I said, "When the fuck where's their plane tickets?" He goes, "I'm out of money."
Oh,
Ole
really?
said, "Right. This is when Vince took over, right?" And then
Yeah.
he got all it, but then Ole was, instead of saving the money, he was spending it all to try and make a comeback, right? So he said, "I'm out of money." He says, "Whenever your checks are late, I'm always telling you they're at the office, is I ain't got enough to cover them." So then I have to wait till we hit a big one so we can cash them.
Wow. Opinion havers here.
Now, wait a minute.
Okay.
So I'm driving this. So I drive from Atlanta, go all the way up to Toledo, Ohio. And there I come, and I come in. And Ole said, "I didn't think he was going to really come here." I said, "Yeah, I got them motherfuckers because you told me if I could get them up here, you'd use them." He said, "Well, you're right, and I'll use them." So anyway, at the end of the tour, everybody's leaving Columbus, Ohio. They're flying out in the morning. Me, I'm driving.
Mm.
Then when I get back, we got a double shot on a Sunday. I got to be at Columbus, Georgia at 3:00 with these guys. Then I got to make the Omni that night.
Oh, wow.
So I drove straight through, didn't go to sleep or nothing, and made it.
Wow.
So that was my good deed for the day. Italian style. I'm trying to think who else it was. I think it was Frankie the Thumper Lancaster.
Frankie the Thumper, baby.
I think it was him, because there was four of them in the back. Ox, Frankie the Thumper. Oh, it's Chick Donovan. Yeah, it's Chick Donovan.
Don't forget that thing, Rip.
Yeah,
That's a crew.
that just went through my head.
I haven't seen Frankie the Thumper in.
Well, he was Frank.
Ever.
He was Frank Lang there.
Oh, well.
Yeah, then he became Frankie the Thumper Lancaster later.
Opinion havers here, Rip.
Opinion Haver, not Haver.
Hey,
but
this
Haver.
isn't Friday. We know, man. We're on live.
Yeah, we're on live
Friday,
every Friday except this
for
one.
maybe this one or whenever else.
or till the next one.
Till the next Friday, we can't get on either. So, hey, I got big plans on Friday. It's holiday weekend. Me and the King are going to Churchill Downs. Bet on the ponies. Going to win a lot of money, Rip.
You gonna be back Saturday?
At some point in time, I think so. Yeah,
I need you to help me with that thing again on the camera,
yeah, I should be.
on the Snabbits favorites.
Yeah, it's not Friday. Wednesday. We're live. Hey, we're live almost every Wednesday, Rip. Right?
Except this week.
No, this is Wednesday.
This is Wednesday. Okay, I forgot.
every
what day
every
Hey,
Wednesday.
you were right. I do have to pee, but I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you got to
suck it in.
hold it.
If it goes down my leg, that'd be
Don't do
awesome.
that. Don Burton, have a good holiday, guys. Got to run. See you, Don. Thanks for coming in here. Toughest tag team partner.
My toughest tag team partner. I always tag with pussy so that we be the chicken shit heels. We didn't have no tough.
Did you ever
guys.
have a
no,
tough
Pez
one?
was Pez was a tough. one.
Pez was tough. What
Oh,
was,
yeah.
what's his name? How was Oates in real life, or what was he? What
Oh,
was
he's
he
a nice
like?
guy.
Yeah.
No, he was a performer. He wasn't a tough guy. No.
Was he something before wrestling? Like, was he?
He had always wrestled as the Oates brothers.
Did
They
he?
had a wrestling school in Columbus, Georgia. They had a lot of guys that ended up being good pros. They all come out of there.
That's cool. Rip, any Macho Man stories? Funny ones? He's told a bunch of Macho Man stories. You got a. Yeah, your other Macho Man stories, Rip?
I got too many Macho Man stories, so we don't need any today. We got to keep them coming back. Now,
Sorry, Dennis. We
I
talk
can always-
Macho Man all the time.
Yeah,
We'll get him
so,
again some other
uh-huh.
time. Sorry about that. Hey, you pay your $1.99 a month there, Dennis, and we'd answer that question.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah.
Then we'd have like 4 people do that. I think.
No, we wouldn't.
But, hey, we need what 4 more subscribers so we can have 2,000.
Yeah, 4 more subscribers. We get to
Remember, it's
2,000.
It's just like the other day.
We're gonna do a bunch of drugs.
and we hit like well, first time you maybe drink that little thing of
Yeah.
alcoholic beverage. I'm still sick from that. And then now we're gonna do dangerous drugs. That mean I'm gonna snort sweet and low or what? Well, we got 1996, so we still need 4.
Yeah, we still need 4. Nobody else has joined or subscribed yet.
Oh, my heartburn's killing me. Why'd you make me drink that Coke? You know what?
How about Dino Bravo, Rip? You got any Dino Bravo stories? We haven't really ever hit on Dino Bravo.
Well, you don't want to hit on Dino.
Well, that's
Dino's
true.
the guy that got his head shot off. Remember that?
Yeah. Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that.
You think you could have?
Do I could have done that?
You think you could have pulled the trigger?
I guess after you do it the first time, you can do it every day.
Have you killed anybody?
No, I just killed towns. I killed the towns.
I haven't killed anybody since
Well, you know, what the hell.
Henryville or whatever. I couldn't even think of a town. Turbo Floyd's still on here.
What's he doing?
He says, you guys
At
be
the-
at the White River Show December 11th in Indy.
Oh, I think Dylan's working there, right?
I mean, yeah, Rip's favorite son is on that card, so I'm sure you'll be there, right, Rip?
Well, if we ain't got nothing to do, I think at Jake Ullman's show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turbo, you going to be there, man?
Oh, Michael Mahalati he called me yesterday.
Who's that?
Well, he's the guy that he's from Calgary, but he's 49 and he runs Finland, Estonia, just different places over there in Europe.
Mhm.
But he's from Calgary and he started with Stu Hart's. And we've kept in contact and he was talking, we was BSing yesterday. How I
Nice.
got to that, I don't know.
I don't either, man.
It's because Jake Ullman was over there, then he's going to be back because he lives in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
And he teaches wrestling. I can't remember if it's the one downtown at Basher's place, WCWO. I think it's there. He's a good boy, Jake Ullman.
You got it. Dennis Ramsey says he's subscribed. You need to make sure you join. I think it's the join, Dennis. It's the join now button. Go to our page, click on the join now button. It's $1.99 a month. Leaping Lanny, he says, like Tim.
Oh,
Leaping was good, right? You like Leaping Lanny, Rip?
yeah, I got some zits on my butt, so when I lost all that weight, so now if you get a zit on your butt, it hurts. So
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
man.
sitting here. Damn.
Yeah, that's
My
good.
butt's
That's
hurting.
good content right
Yeah,
there, Rip.
it is.
We are booked, baby. Turbo and Floyd, the Outrunners, must be booked at this big show, Rip. Says he will be there. They were booked. I just saw like somebody posted on Facebook. I saw the card, and they definitely weren't on the card that I saw, but I saw Dylan at the bottom of the card against somebody. I saw Jake Oman at the top of the card against somebody, and I didn't see the Outrunners anywhere on the card, Rip.
Well, maybe they're going to be a last minute. They need tickets sold, so they'll wait till the last week, till after December, and then the place will be SRO, standing room only.
Standing room only. Hey, I beat the me and Johnny Justice. We beat the Outrunners. They're not that tough, you know.
Yeah, but
Oh, wait a second. They're the toughest team we ever fought, but we still won.
yeah, but you was in your hometown and you had a hometown referee.
Hometown ref.
You had Chili. You had the King there. Your mom. You had
Yeah.
Julie there.
All kinds of family members.
6'12" was going to get Chili was going to get everybody if you would have lost and you chopped everybody.
And I was drunk, so I wasn't feeling any pain.
Mhm.
And it was raining. I mean,
It was the greatest wrestling show in Seymour that night.
oh, it was fantastic.
And you were the main event.
Main event, but
Uh-huh.
well, I was, and then we moved it up due to he said it was rigged.
due to unpopular demand.
It was rigged. Favorite thing to order at Waffle House, Rip?
I tell you, I went to the Waffle House about a month ago.
Is your mic on?
This
is,
thing
isn't it?
on?
I always forget to check.
Oh, okay.
think
I
it's
I
on.
went to Waffle House, and right next to us, this family left all this food.
Is this recently?
Yeah, about a month ago. I'm trying to think where it was at. It was me. I was sitting down there. I can't. Who was I with?
Romer?
Yes,
Oh, I mean,
but
like
yeah,
two people you
yeah.
could have been with,
I-
Romer or
I-
Dylan or me.
Yeah, I was with Romer.
Who could have I been with? I don't know who it could have been.
I took
Romer?
all-
Oh, yeah, Romer.
I ate all their scraps. It was awesome.
Are you shitting me?
No.
So you ate the food off somebody else's plate.
Yeah. So what?
My God. That night, me, you, and Romer went out
I
to
made
eat.
it.
Me, you, and Romer
I
went
didn't
out to
spend no
eat.
money.
Me, you, and Romer went out to eat
Yeah.
after that wrestling
Oh,
seminar, or not seminar.
is that the one where he had all them steak things? He was.
What are those things called? The wrestling, when you go to those things, those conventions.
Oh, the conventions. Yeah.
So we go out to eat. We go to, I think it was Applebee's.
Yeah.
Romer gets the most. I said, I'm buying, boys.
Yeah. He got the most
So
expensive.
he got the most
thing there.
expensive thing on the menu.
Uh-huh.
He had cut through and chewed up and spit out all this fat
Yeah.
from this steak.
Uh-huh. And I ate.
And he was done, and Rip says, hey, pass that plate over here. Let me finish that steak off.
Yeah.
And you ate like his chewed up fat.
So what?
So-
Have you been rich your whole life or what?
I've never really been rich. I mean, I'm not rich now. But I mean,
Hey,
okay.
I watched Stu Hart. All of a sudden, there's a big commotion in the back. Stu's crawling on the ground. We're doing promos at the Stampede or at the Pavilion there in Calgary. Somebody had some nachos and cheese on the ground. It was in the thing, about half eaten. Stu gets to it and goes, I got him. And he just started eating them, right? If Stu Hart can,
If
crawl
Stu
on
Hart
the
can do
ground,
it, man, you
I can do it
Rip
too.
Rogers can do it.
That's right. What the hell?
Dennis says Leo Burke stories, Andre the Giant stories, Hulk Hogan stories. Did you ever really have any? I've heard Leo Burke and Andre stuff. Did you have anything with Hogan? Were you ever around Hogan much at all?
Just shows at WCW and stuff years ago.
Before that, though, not really.
No, because he was always somewhere. He didn't really work anywhere.
He was what, Tampa? When he in
was
Tampa?
from Tampa. And they just started him. That's when they.
Oh, I think he was with Vern, wasn't he? He was with Vern.
Well, I was going to go to where he was at.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
hey, I'm so sorry. It's
Yeah,
your
but
show.
the first territory he worked was Fuller's in Southeastern.
Hmm.
And he come in as a big heel. He was Sterling Golden. Then from there he went to Memphis. And then he didn't really work anywhere else until he went to once he went to Minneapolis, became Vern had seen him and he was making him to be his longtime star, but then Vince saw that. So then Vince took a lot of the AWA's guys. He didn't rob them or nothing. He just could guarantee him so much money.
Yeah. I got a good Hogan story. When I was at that one event, I was in charge of getting Hogan from the hotel into a taxi over to the event that he was speaking at. And I knew I was only going to have limited time with him, so I wanted to make sure, I wanted to talk wrestling, of course. And I didn't want him to think I was a goof. So I name dropped Rip Rogers, man. And that instantly got me in with Hogan.
Shit.
Instantly.
You should have given me a $10 extra Coke or more muffins or something like that.
Yeah, we got in there and I was like, hey, I was actually an extra with you on SmackDown. I was the Rock's bodyguard. He tried to get in. He was like, oh, yeah, cool, brother. And then I was like, and then I grew up with Rip Rogers. He trained me and blah, blah, blah. I used to, date my aunt and stuff. I didn't really say that, but. And he's like, oh, Rip Rogers. Oh, well. And then he started in about, when I broke in, got my leg broke. Like, it was all Hogan after that. As soon as I dropped your name, Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Scott D'Amore that night in
See, you
Canada.
got to remember when he went down to Tampa, Eddie Graham's was when he was in Texas, he was Rip Rogers.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So did he think I had the wrong Rip Rogers?
No.
You don't think?
No.
So the same thing when I met Scott D'Amore at the at that hockey game that night. I was saying to him, hey, I was trying to meet, God, can't think. Rhino was out.
So
cutting a promo.
Scott was going to treat you like a mark, right?
He did treat me like a mark.
Okay.
So I was trying. Rhino was out cutting a promo
Uh-huh.
at the end of the second quarter. I think that's like halftime in hockey. I don't watch hockey, and so I was trying to find him. I saw Scott and DeMore tearing down their little booth, their table. They were plugging and selling tickets. I said, "Hey, where'd Rhino go?" Because I kind of knew Rhino a little bit from OVW. He's like, "Oh, show's next week, kid. Get a ticket or whatever." And I was like, first of all, I'm probably older than you are. Second of all, I'm from the States and not coming back. Third of all, I know Rip Rogers. He was my trainer, blah, blah. Come right this way.
Yeah.
They're all in a suite up here.
Ah.
It took us right to the suite.
Did you get free food?
Yeah, everything, man. It was awesome.
You was over there.
Yeah, it was great.
You're name dropping on me, ain't you?
Name dropping Rip Rogers.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it could get you beat up. It could get you banned. It could get you shot and killed.
They all even out.
Yeah. But
these are some of the good things.
These 2 times it worked out for me.
Oh, no, fuck that asshole.
Yeah.
You've been banned forever.
Star Vlogs. I think that's another new viewer here. We got a lot of new people here on Wednesday.
Me and my cousin have a fan club for Dominic Mysterio, but we decided to end it.
Well, first he said on Monday, me and my dad saw Dominic Mysterio get beat up by another wrestler. Well, yeah, that's cool. I think he should get beat up by everybody. He has no muscles.
He looks like a girl.
Looks like he's
he looks
10
like
years old.
He looks like a girl. He's being pushed for okay, in the wrestling business, you can look like shit, not be any good, be related to somebody and be a star.
So he wears, I don't know if you know now, but he wears
I don't know.
He wears like a chest, like a shirt with padding in his chest.
No.
Yeah. So he was with Sheamus Monday.
Wow.
Sheamus tried to rip it. He couldn't even hardly rip it, but just pulled it down.
Just beat the shit out of him.
It was just stiffening him. And that's when Owens was on the mic. It was funny. He was good. But yeah, I would say Dominic, I mean, he's probably really nice in real life.
Probably
would be
is.
my guess. And now they got him being like a cocky little heel too. So that's even worse. People hate him.
He get out of that bubble. He have all the seventh grade marks beating him up.
Yeah. Not a big fan. Beat up another wrestler. Yeah, we did that. Didn't Road Warriors, this is Michael Costello, didn't the Road Warriors used to eat leftovers at restaurants when they first started?
Me and Randy Savage, we always did. We would go into places to eat, and we get like an iced tea or usually it was a water, and we would just eat scraps off the table. It didn't cost nothing. It was free.
Of course it didn't cost nothing.
And guys,
I mean, the question wasn't did Rip and Randy Savage. It said the Road Warriors. You know anything about the Road Warriors?
No, I didn't go in there and eat with them. I wouldn't have went out to eat them. It looks like they'd eat everything there was.
But do you know if that happened?
No, I don't have any idea.
Superstar Billy Graham. Any Rip stories on that? Man, I used to love Billy Graham
Billy Graham. When I went to WWF first time, the first picture I got was Superstar Billy Graham, and I had all the guys. But about everybody that signed it, they're all dead now because this was in 1990.
Yeah, I got the picture here at the studio.
Okay, is it here? Have we
Somewhere.
got it here?
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. So he was the man.
He was
Superstar
awesome.
Billy Graham. That's who Austin Idol copied. See?
Was it?
Yeah, because Billy had the muscles. Yeah. He did the posing, and he could talk. So and Billy's still alive.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive and still cooking. So what the hell, right?
There we go. By the way, I like K-pop and I like watching WrestleMania. Awesome Star Vlogs. That's a great input there.
K-pop.
Opinion Haver says, I am introduced every week as a Rip Rogers guy on my podcast. It definitely adds credibility.
Well, he can do that or get you banned completely. Or
nobody will watch.
Yeah, or nobody will watch, or they'll charge you extra, or they'll think you cuss too much like me. So better watch it there. But then choose it wisely because you might get a lot of women hitting on you. So what the hell?
We'll get you back in here. Hey, thanks for showing up green, Opinion Haver. One of these days, people like you showing up green, $1.99 a month is going to get you in here and the other people, no questions. And you're supposed to get a little gimmick, and I don't know how it works. You're supposed to get a little emblem. It's T Weasel, supposed to be our $1.99 fan club. I thought supposed to have his little emblem by it. I have no idea how that works.
I don't know either. We
got to get down off here in just a couple minutes, Rip. Tommy Rich stories. I mean, I'm putting it. Did you see all the stuff I'm putting up? And it didn't get dinged. The Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Well, that was Championship Wrestling from Georgia. That was Ole's.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't that they bought Georgia Championship Wrestling. This was a different company.
Oh, got it.
That's when
all that's confusing to me.
Yeah,
at that time.
That's the thing we talked about when Vince come in and took over, right?
Got it. Yep.
And then Vince had to buy Ole out. So he gave Ole around, I think it was $349,000, whatever, for his points percentage or whatever. Then Ole blew all that going on tour and said, "Oh, you ain't going to stop me," whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we had that shitty time slot, you know, and the talent wasn't as good.
Last question. We got to roll here.
We got to rock and roll.
Iran bin Shalama is back, saint of stating the obvious.
What's the obvious?
Hello, just a question. I have no idea. Mr. Rogers, which one do you think is tougher, Rip? To be a wrestler or to be a trainer/coach?
Oh, to be a trainer.
Carter.
Yeah, you have to understand the wrestling business so that you can. It's mostly more things not to do than more things to do. You do a couple things right, and you do 32 things in a row wrong, your match is just going to be the shits. And you need to learn the 100 unwritten rules of wrestling. And once you learn them, the wrestling's is pretty simple. But most of the guys today don't know them, don't know what they are, wouldn't have a clue. They're going to some wrestling school where some other guy teaches because he's had 8 matches.
But when some guy comes in and been wrestling 5 years, and I've been wrestling
whatever, they just want to get their shit in.
and it's been to all these different damn places.
Oh,
makes sense.
We on it off.
Oh, we're on, baby.
Oh,
We got the most people on here we've ever had.
Oh, well, I guess we should do it every Friday, but then do it Wednesday.
Yeah, just pulling a. That's the 1 month badge. The badge I currently have looks like wrestling with the Rip Rogers logo. Where do we see the badges? I thought the badges would be like viewable, like when you make comments in here and stuff. How do people see the badge? Where are they at? Oh, I don't get it. Anyway, listen, we're getting ready to wrap this up, Rip. Live Q&A number 4, I think, was a big success.
Well, Randy said he sent me some match.
No, he sent it to me, man.
Oh, okay.
He sent it to me right away.
Oh, save it. Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for joining Wrestling with the Rip Rogers. Go to YouTube right now, subscribe, join, $1.99 a month. Have a great Thanksgiving, baby. We're going to be back at some point in time, Rip. When are we coming back?
I don't know, but for Thanksgiving, I'll be having the mashed potatoes that cost $1 and a can of mixed vegetables.
And that is it. It says the chat sees the badge next to my name. I don't see it. Why should I see it? I see this little green thing.
Yeah, it comes up green.
I don't see it next to your name.
We'll see.
Hey, BS Kid, you're late, baby.
Opinion Haver's name there.
Yeah, but it's a little green, like
yeah,
S
it's a little
or
green
something.
S. Yeah,
Not
it's like Superman thing.
Not a badge I see or anything
Oh,
like that.
it's a fucking badge.
We need help. Buckshot Kid missed it. Watch the World Cup. That's too damn bad. We are out of here. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us. Buy the book. Subscribe. Like.
Ouch! Oh, I hurt my wrist.
And
smash. I smashed.